Okay, so tomorrow you're gonna get your part 2 of Merman Baguio X listener, and because I'm doing this on a kind of one story, the other story, one story, the other story. So yeah, let's begin. It's not easy being a merman. With the power of electricity, you know the two elements that don't mix well together. So you can imagine the worried looks people gave me everywhere I go. So most of the time I spent it near the surface. There I was away from everyone and not being feared. One day I was near the shore and heard this muffled booming noise. I went over to investigate. It turned out to be a large group of humans that were just partying. I always wondered what it was like to be a human. Maybe they wouldn't fear me? As I scanned the horizon to see a lone girl sitting on the pier. Denki slowly swam closer to the pier. As he investigated the girl, she was quickly humming to herself as she was reading a book. Denki quickly pulled himself onto the pier and looked over the girl's shoulder, curious to see what the human was looking at. "So, what you doing?" he asked suddenly. The girl whelped as she jumped. A few feet away from Denki, she would have fell into the water if Denki didn't grab her hand in time. He pulled her back onto the pier as she slowly calmed down. Who are you and What are you? She asked in curiosity. "I'm Denki, a mermaid," he introduced. "Well, hello, I'm Yin, a human. Nice to meet you," Yin chuckled. "Thank you for saving me, I guess." "You're welcome," he said with a bright smile. The two soon started talking and were in a delightful conversation when suddenly someone started to call out. "Yin, Yin, where are you?" Someone called out. "Oh, see ya, Denki. My boss is calling me," Yin said as she quickly got up and ran back to land. But that wasn't the last time they would see each other. Yin would come back to the pier every Saturday, and the two would talk while her boss would be hosting the party in the building a few yards away. Yin wasn't really a party girl and was happy to have someone that was more happy to spend time with her. Denki was happy to find someone that didn't fear his powers and was more than happy to spend time with him. Then Denki saw her the more she wished to be a part of her world. So he went to the sea, which in hopes to be with Yin. "So, a pair of legs, you wish? Know why you would want such a thing?" She chuckled. "I just want to be with Yin. She's kind, smart, and pretty cute," he said with a cocky smile. "Fine if you want. Are you willing to give up to become a human?" she asked as she got the potions ready. "How about my quirk, electricity? I'll trade that to be a human," Denki suggested. That's a powerful powerful power, kid. All right, it's a deal." She smiled as they shook hands. It was another Saturday party, and Denki wasn't at the pier. It was starting to get late, and I was getting worried. I was about to head back when I noticed a bright flash a few yards away. I quickly made my way down to the beach to see a blond boy passed out naked on the beach. Oh, wow. I was lucky he was face down, but I slowly inched closer to see if I needed the cops. But upon closer inspection, I realized this boy, Denki, I guess. As I helped him up, I managed to get him into the spare rooms and put him in some pants. Sadly, I couldn't stay long when my boss called for me again. All my senses slowly came to. I felt warm. My eyes suddenly opened as I took in a strange new surroundings. With the sun shining on my face, I slowly sat up and looked about the room till there was a knock on the door. Dinky, it's Yen. Can I come in? Come in, I answered. Yen slowly came into the room with a small smile. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest as I took in her features. In this bright lighting, she was a lot prettier in the sunlight. So, how are you feeling? And is this normal for a merman to do? She asked me as she sat on the edge of the bed. I feel fine. Now that you're here, I said with a playful smirk. Yin smiled as she rolled her eyes. And no, this isn't normal. I went to the sea witch and asked for her to turn me into a human. Why? What about your family and friends? She asked, slightly worried. I love my parents, but from afar. And I didn't really have friends at home, I said with a sad smile. I just wanted to be with you. I gave up my own power. Wait, if you could get rid of your power, then why didn't you do that? Then people wouldn't be afraid of you. Ian suggests. You went to something funny. I could either be feared for the rest of my life or be looked down upon not having powers. There is no win for me in this situation, but I'm willing to give up my powers just for you, I said with a smile. With a chuckle, Yin leaned over and gave me a quick peck on the cheek. I could feel my blood flow to my cheeks as my heart started to beat in overdrive. Being humans are a lot harder than aquatic, especially working for Yin's boss as a luggage boy. It's not easy. Her boss likes that to throw a lot of, fundraiser parties. Sorry, I'm not good with words. So I have to move heavy sparklers and any other heavy sets. No, Denki, move the soundboard to the left a bit, Rosa, the boss said, as she looked over the setup. On the side, Denki pulled the soundboard set up to a few feet to the left from its original spot. Back to the left a tiny bit. Actually, I think they're supposed to say right, but okay. Rosa said. This went on for an hour with any kind of direction, but soon the party was put together and was full swing. I thought you were be out there. Oh God, sorry. Denki chuckled as he took his spot next to her on the pier. I'm surprised you're not enjoying yourself at the party. Yin smiled as she looked up from her book. It's not as fun when you're not around, Dinky sighed as he rested his chin on Yin's shoulder. You know I'm not into parties, Yin laughed as she stroked Dinky's hair. I'm pretty certain more into you than any party, Dinky said with a smirk. You're such a dork, Yin chuckled as she pushed Dinky's head off her shoulder. Correction, I'm your dork, he said as he pulled Yin into a passionate kiss. I like the thought how Yin never tells him that, hey, you came up ashore naked. I just love that.